Hi friends, for this Stamp-A-Stack card, I used the Countryside Inn 12 by 12 Designer Series paper. You received 2 each of 6 double-sided prints. They have a fun floral and decorative design on one side, and then a background design on the other side. Coordinates with 4 of Stampin' Up's colors that are in the blue tones. I also use the Countryside squares or corner dies, and I use this one to cut out that designer series paper. So all of that is prepped in your packet. I want to share just a little bit more about these dies. They are bundled with a stamp set that is actually a background stamp. It just has one big background stamp that you can stamp and cut or get this image. And then the dies will cut out each one of those. You can cut out rings, you can cut out layers and adhere them. There is just so much you can do with this. I started playing with it. I haven't created anything with all of these pieces yet, but it just shows you the versatility. When you cut out one of these pieces here, then you have a window shape that you can use for a project along with the piece that you cut out here. Absolutely, it's a great bundle that's got so much possibility. So I'm going to set that aside. I also want to share there is an embossing folder that coordinates with the designer series paper. That is not the one I used for our project. I used the tile one that is a carryover from last year. Your Night of Navy pieces are texturized with that embossing folder. So let's talk about what's in your packet. You have 3 of these. I'm going to just set one aside. You have 3 basic white card bases. We're going to use that. You have 3 banners in there. You're going to need to use your own stamps and ink to stamp those 3 banners. So I'm just going to set one aside here. You have 3 sets of the designer series paper that's cut out. So I'm going to set 2 sets aside and just work with one. You have 1 flower. It's the smallest flower from the Petal Park Builder Punch. I forgot to bring that over to my video area. And then you have 3 little embellishments. These are from the Glossy Dots assortment. They're the middle one of this color right here. So to assemble, you need to fold your card base in half. You can score it with your scoring blade on your paper trimmer, or your simply scoring, or just fold it in half and burnish it with a bone folder. The next layer on will be the Night of Navy that is texturized for you. Use your favorite adhesive to attach this. And what I like to do is watch opposite corners. That way I can look at all 4 sides at the same time, or kind of line that up and get that equal spacing on all 4 sides. Now we're going to attach these pieces. So there's no wrong way to do this. I put mine center, but you can actually turn them sideways. You can put whichever one you want in the front or the back. How I did mine was I left the lightest color in the middle and one of the other 2 darker colors with a darker background on the sides, but you can actually turn that or arrange that any direction. Then I'm looking for equal spacing here and on the side. I'm choosing to place mine like that. So I'm going to put the one on the left side first, then I'm going to put the one on the right side. If I get my spacing equal on right and left, equal on both ends, and I'm turning it sideways just so my view is better with that camera, and put that one down. Now when I place the next one, I can look for equal spacing on both sides and get the alignment straight here. So that's how I put these 3 pieces on. But there is no wrong way to do this, and you don't have to have them straight. As I mentioned, you can turn them on an angle. So then what I'm going to do is put the banner on. I'm choosing not to use dimensionals for this. So I'm going to attach this. Now the beauty of this is you can go right in the middle, you can go up or down. And now what's going to happen is I'm going to cover that fox up or that bird up, or you could turn it on an angle. What I'm going to do is I'm going to move it down a little bit and choose to share or show that little fox there. Now with the flower, I'm going to first put my center on. So these little embellishments have an adhesive back. So I'm going to put that on first. Then I'm going to put a dimensional behind it. And then I can attach it anywhere I want it to go. And I'm going to attach it right here. And that's how I assembled my card. And I hope you enjoyed assembling this card. And have fun and happy creating.